It is without a doubt the best system out there. There is nothing that compares in reliability and quality and ease of operation. I'm Tod Maitland, and I was a sound mixer on West Side Story. When I finally got the script, the 175-page script with 20 to 22 characters singing live, singing playback, talking, all in the same scenes, I realized that what I had been working on was not going to fly. I started looking at mixers, I started looking at recorders and that, but those were less players than what the wirelesses were going to be, because particularly with Steven Spielberg, there's no time to fix anything. I would absolutely recommend the Axient system, where normally I would always test a microphone, make sure it sounds good. We became so confident with these units, I never listened to them. I would send them out. As long as I saw that they were into the mixer and saw the needle going, I would just send them out. And that was a game changer.
We had 70-something days of flawless RF that we set it up once in the morning, and most days we didn't even assign new frequencies. I'm Terrence McCormick Maitland, and on West Side Story I was the sound utility, I was also the boom operator, and I was also an effects mixer. I guess one of my favorite features of wireless workbench is having backup frequencies. Having the system automatically deploy a new frequency once it detects interference. If somebody on another show the next stage over turns on their transmitter and it happens to be on the same frequency, it's just going to pop over to another frequency, and you don't know it, and you actually might never know it, because if that interference happens during a natural pause in somebody's speech, you really won't hear it.
One of the great things, and one of the reasons that I ended up going with Shure, was the ability, to set up all of your frequencies and then just deploy it, and it just goes out through show link and lines up every one of your transmitters. And then right from my workstation, I can just dial in volume and change frequencies or whatever we wanted to do, and then be able to read back at my board the quality of the RF, and know that even sometimes when they're going far down, what looked like they would go out of range, still the quality meter was still showing that quality was there, and the antennas were fighting it. You could see one blip on each one going ding ding ding, but the quality meter was still up, and it was true, it never went away.
And another thing is that the system won't clip. You don't ever have to adjust the transmitter gain, which is crazy. It feels crazy to have somebody whisper and to scream in one take, and if clipping happens, to never have it happen at the transmitter. So they sound great, and you don't have to worry about overloading.
So one of the things that I started doing a few years back is testing different wirelesses on different actors. Wireless being lavaliers. I did this with 60 people on West Side Story, but primarily I was a twinplex throughout, and I would wire them directly onto the t-shirt, but they were sweating constantly. This is New York City, summer, 95 degrees, dancing in the streets. I never had one issue with the twinplex, no sweat out issues. And they sounded great. They truly sounded great. So I'd say I probably use them 60-65% of the time as my chosen mic out of 5 mics.
It never felt like the microphone was in the way. Like it was a faithful reproduction of somebody's voice is what we were able to get in cases using the twinplex.
The PSMs worked better than anything I've had. I was able to give multiple different feeds. Steven would get his own mix. I did wireless speakers out on the set. At first, I was using another brand, and I just couldn't get any distance out of it, and we were getting so much more distance with the PSMs. I honestly expected something to go down throughout. It just seemed kind of crazy to me that a wireless system could hold up, through 80 days of filming, in the rigorous conditions that we were in. And we were in the heat. It was like 98 degrees a couple days out there filming. I was worried about the units. And you'll see the movie, and you'll see the dance moves that they do in this movie. And it's amazing. On an ankle, they're like smashing these things. They gave these things a true test, I have to say. And it was great. There wasn't one flaw in one transmitter throughout the entire process.
I would absolutely recommend the Axient Digital system to anybody, and I have, and I'll continue to do it. It sounds good, and it just works.
There's no way that I could use any other system, honestly, because it just was so easy. And if you're going to be wiring people all the time, to take the guesswork out of the electronics, out of frequency alignment, And reliability, to not have to think about those and really just wire the people and do your mix, is refreshing. There's no other way to do it. There really is no other way to do it.